Hi y'all, Mixupla. I want to talk about Brexit a little bit. I know it's that was a couple of, that was like a year ago. It's history. But um, um, England, the UK is still part of the EU, so it's not it's not over. You know, it's still going. So it's relevant. It's still relevant. Um, and we're in America, so thinking, oh well, not exactly a local issue, but you know, it's still important for Americans to think about, I guess. Um, as long as we respect British autonomy, you know, like we won our autonomy, let them win their autonomy. Um, the other thing is, so to the topic, Brexit. Um, yeah, this is really this is really about this is about like international capitalism, really. So it's been said a lot, but say it again. It's ironic that a large portion of the left here in the United States has hypocritically come on the side of the EU and against Brexit. I think it's kind of revealing. And the argument, we've heard it. The argument is that it's a referendum. The referendum is about immigration, and I don't think that's actually I don't think that actually holds. And the reason is because you know immigration is caused by the destruction of infrastructure, really, in the countries, in the native lands, you know, and that can come through war, and that can also come through economic hardship, and economic hardship really is it'd be great if you could just blame a nation for their own economic hardship, but it's not the world we live in. We live in the world of international finance, international capitalism. So this is an appeal. I'm making an appeal to the leftists here. This isn't a right wing appeal. Not talking about um, you know preserving some. I mean, especially in the United States, there is no. I mean, we got consumerist culture here. That's what we got to work with. That's the postmodern, you know, um, assemblage, that we have to work with, and hopefully one day we can make something great out of what we have. But there's it's not really here in the United States. It's not something. There's no America to like. Oh, to we gotta keep America some certain way. No, I totally disagree with that. I think here in the United States, you know, um, diversity is our strength for sure. That's what we got to work with, and it is a beautiful thing. And so this is an appeal. I'm appealing to the left on this. I'm telling them that right now. It's like, um, you go against Brexit, you're siding with the EU. It's just as simple as that. And that what is the EU? Um, it's an imperialistic organization, and like it's completely legitimate, according to left wing criteria, to want to leave that organization. You know, you have Greece. A lot of these left wing um, media outlets like Democracy Now, they'll talk about austerity, but what causes austerity? What's the real cause of austerity? The real cause of austerity is um, predatory lending, predatory loans. We all know this. It's not new. It's predatory loans. That they're receiving, and what does the EU do in response? More loans. Pushing Germany into this dysfunctional relationship with Greece over and over and over again. You know, and then what is Greece left to do? Create more debt, which what causes more inflation. You know, or um, or impose austerity to pay off their debts. And then left ridicules them for their austerity, but the EU gets a free pass on that. Why is that? I think that's a legitimate question you need to be asking yourself, especially in this issue of Brexit, because you're listening to people who would do that to Greece. You are. That's who you're listening to. And you need to sober up. You need to think about that. You need to get real about that. You know, um, UKIP or whatever, they might not be your people. They might not be your group of people, your tribe. You know, but they're getting England free of the EU. You know, and that's what you should be doing. You should be getting free of those international organizations. If you're a real leftist, if you're what you say you are, that's what you should be doing. That's what you should be on. It's really that simple. Um, and there is no alternative. You think, someday maybe the IWW will organize and split from the EU. No, that's pie in the sky. That's not real. Now you got to work with the people who are doing the work on the ground. And then if you want to preserve the treasure of immigration, of a open immigration policy, next round, elect people who will do that. But that's a separate issue. Remember, Brexit was a referendum. It was a single issue. This is what you wanted. You want direct democracy. That's what you got. But what did you decide with? You didn't. You didn't side with that. You sided instead with the EU. And that just goes to show that there's more to it. There's more to this narrative that you're peddling. There's more in it. We know where it is. It's a sad state, really. We need to get rid of the EU. It's a predatory lender. It's a neoliberal. You like that phrase. It's neoliberal. You'd like it to be a gigantic European worker state or something like that. That's fine. But that's but opposing Brexit's not the way to do that. That's not the way to do that. All you're doing is giving them that neoliberal powerhouse. You're just building it. You're building it up. EU fortress. That's what you're building. That's your jam now. It's not alternative. I would love to see a left-wing response to that. We need places for people to go who have been wrecked by things like the EU, by neoliberal imperialism. That's not what you're doing. You're not giving people that. You're adding to it. And that needs to stop. So thank you.